Ah, the DC animated universe, back during good times. Justice League War, released in 2014 and is directed by Jay Oliver, who is also behind such films like Batman: The Dark Knight Returns, Justice League: The Flashpoint Paradox, Batman vs. Robin, Batman: Bad Blood, and Justice League Dark. And this film is starring the voices of Alan Tudyk, Jason O'Mara, Michelle Monaghan, Justin Kirk, Christopher Gorham, Shamar Moore, Sean Astin, and Steve Blum. The Flash has returned from the Flashpoint Paradox, and the DC universe has been completely reset where none of our heroes know each other. And currently strange bat-like monsters are appearing all throughout Gotham City, setting up different devices that Green Lantern attempts to investigate. Soon these devices open up a portal to the dangerous world of Apocalypse, where Darkseid appears to take over the Earth. So now all of Earth's mighty heroes need to learn to work together to take out Darkseid and to send him packing. So this really was the start of what was called the DC animated universe, playing off of the New 52 run of the comics for the DC universe. Basically, everyone was much younger and had a lot more lines on their costume, but it reset everything, so we get to see all of our heroes being reintroduced to everybody. And I have to say that's the best thing about this movie, is those introductions and the first meets between all of our heroes, and particularly Green Lantern and Batman. They really try hard to make this Green Lantern's film, which I really appreciate. There are so many DC Justice League movies out there where it's Superman, it's Batman, it's Wonder Woman. It's nice to see Green Lantern get his dues and have a little establishment of leadership here with him. But I think he and his relationship with Batman is terrific. When Superman does finally show up, it's a little weird. He doesn't feel like Superman to me. And then, now listen to me, I sound like every DC fan out there with every different iteration of Superman. That's not my Superman, he's not my Superman. It feels weird, it feels strange for me. I do like Alan Tudyk's voice for Superman. I'm not sure if he continues that voice for the whole DCAU, but this Superman is younger. He's not as experienced as we're used to seeing him. So he's learning the proper ways to conduct himself. Yes, he's always going to do what's right and he's always going to be there, but, you know, sometimes he makes mistakes, or sometimes he says something that's a little ruder than what the stereotypical Superman would do. Really just playing off of how people really conduct themselves in the modern era in the last couple of decades. I appreciate it. It's strange at first, but there's a nice character progression, which we'll talk about later on this week. It's my birthday week, so I'm reviewing movies that I wanted to watch, and I always typically do like a DC animated film, so that's what I'm doing this week. I think the introduction of Wonder Woman in this film is fantastic. She's on her way to the White House, and she's driving through a bunch of protesters about her in particular. Not really what she stands for or what she does, but really just how she presents herself and the clothing that she wears. They start slut-shaming her, basically. And she just lassos one of the guys, and he reveals, like, no, I think it's actually really cool. It's like, yeah, you know, get over yourselves. You guys are protesting this. There are way worse things to protest in the world than the clothing that a woman decides to wear. So back the fuck off. And we see the heart-wrenching relationship between Silas Stone and his son Victor, who eventually becomes Cyborg in this movie. Dr. Stone sucks. He's an awful dad. He's a terrible dad. He takes no pleasure or no interest in his son's hobbies. He's a football player. He's a great quarterback. He's looked at by a lot of scouts for scholarships. And Silas says, like, you just play football. That leads to nothing beneficial for the world or the planet. So, you know, when we're all gone, football is not going to exist. But the science that I'm conducting here, that will exist later on in life. And yeah, Silas, that's probably true. But he's your fucking kid. Take some interest in what they want to do and what makes them happy. That's your job as a father. That's what you're supposed to do. And you're not doing that, which makes you a fucking dick. Basically, this film reminded me a lot of Zack Snyder's Justice League, the director's cut of Justice League, and how that film really took its time to introduce the members of the Justice League that we got in that movie, where everything is really fleshed out and we get to see a lot of just these inner workings and little nuances of these characters and how they feel about each other and how they feel about the world. Here, though, in this movie, it's not 4 hours. This movie is an hour and a half, so the pacing here, the energy here is very fast. We clip along like crazy. We are introduced to 7 7 members of the Justice League. I like that they put Shazam as part of that initial team. I think that's really cool and something that that character definitely deserves. And they find really fun ways to interweave all of these different characters kind of passing each other by, or sometimes hitting up one of the other people just for like a small little conversation. Then that leads into something farther down the line. I enjoy all of it. It's just really crammed in here, which I don't know what it is about the animated world, but from what I gather, a lot of people really enjoyed this movie and really enjoyed the DC animated universe that this film kicked off. I guess there's some like forgiveness, or we allow that in animated pictures, but when something tries to clip along and really just cram in what people say too much into a live action film, that's when people start freaking the fuck out. I don't know, it's the DC in a nutshell. We have fans that are like, this is awesome, and then we have other fans that are like, this is shit, and they're constantly battling each other. That's what it's like to be a DC fan, ladies and gentlemen. And I like that they start off with Darkseid, who's like the big baddie of this entire animated universe from the beginning to the end, which I'm going to be talking about Justice League Dark Apocalypse War next time. And it all circles back towards him. He's the baddie, he's the guy we're trying to eradicate and try to defeat. And it takes 7 members of the Justice League to do so in this movie, which makes Darkseid like a huge baddie. Like, the Justice League wins here, of course, because it's the first movie in a universe, so that's not really a spoiler, but they barely survive and they barely take out Darkseid. For the rest of this animated universe, it's just something in the back of our minds thinking like, okay, when's he going to show up? When's he going to come back and really just learn from his mistakes and just kick all of our asses, because he does. I think this is a perfect start to what became a beautiful little franchise that went from 2014 to 2020. I wish it would have continued, I really do, but I'll talk about that more next time, because I think that ending is very beautiful and it's very bittersweet for me. It's a beautiful ending, but you also don't want it to end that way because you want that to go on, but we'll talk about it next time. I'm going to give Justice League War 4 out of 5 Blu-rays.
I like it a lot.
So guys, if you've seen Justice League War, what did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, then comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell so you know the next time I release my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.